Hello everyone, welcome back to a new session on our free webinar series. And this is Dr. Azfer Najimudeen. So let's move on to the session. So today's session, we are going to discuss about how to work against time. So before we move on with our topic, so let me first highlight the importance of time. As they say, time and tide waits for none. Just like a tide, time once gone does not come back. It is even important than money. Money once gone can be earned again, but time once gone cannot be bought back. Therefore, it is very important to use time wisely. To make best use of time, one should always prioritize things. The best way we can manage and use time is to make and follow a timetable. So hope you'll understand this particular statement, because we were said a couple of years back, some time back, we were programmed that time is gold. But now we understand that time is more valuable than gold. So we should know how to handle it, how to prioritize things and save this valuable time. Okay, so let's move on to the next. How could we work against time? So this is the simple method that we have to follow. How are we going to work against time? So the simple method is time boxing. So we are going to box the time. We are going to frame the time, and we are going to prioritize as per their relevance. I mean, now for example, you have a checklist with you, right? And then you have to prioritize your things, and then you have to set up a particular time frame for each of those tasks which are present in the in your checklist. Okay, so let me explain you what time boxing is. Time boxing is a complete an activity within a fixed time frame. So how you are going to complete an activity within a fixed time frame, that is called as time boxing. Well, most of us, we do not follow this because we randomly waste our time in a particular task. But we don't value the time. So what we do is we just spend our valuable time doing things which are not going to bring us any positive change in our life. So we just keep on doing the same thing again and again. We repeatedly do the same thing, so that we are wasting our valuable, precious time. Okay, so time boxing, always remember, time boxing is complete an activity within a fixed time frame. So you might have a checklist with you. You might have a checklist, a to-do list, right? What are the tasks that you have to complete within the day? But always add this time boxing into your checklist. Add this time boxing into your to-do list. So if you want to complete task A, have a time frame, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 2 hours, whatever. But have a specific time frame in order to complete those tasks. The next is, what is a time box? Okay, what's in a time box actually? How can we plan a time box? How can we do, or how can we initiate a time box? Okay, so first thing, there are 3 steps of a time box. Of preparing a time box, there are 3 steps that you have to consider. The first thing is plan. Second thing is act. Third thing is evaluate. So most of us will stop at the first stage, that is the planning. They just plan, but they do not act. Some of them, you know what, they go into the act. The second stage, they act, but they do not evaluate. But very few of us follow all the 3 stages where it brings the relevant output. Okay, so we all have to follow this 3 steps in order to become successful and in order to have a proper time box created in your life. Okay, so let's see. When you take stage number 1, that is planning. So what will be done next? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself before you assign a task for yourself. Okay, what will be done next? How much time will it take? What output is needed? What fidelity? That is the accuracy. So what output? So these are the 3 questions that you have to ask before you assign a task for yourself. Okay, as per these 3 questions, if you can answer these 3 questions properly, then you will be successful in the first stage of your time boxing. So let's go to the second stage, that is acting. So where you have done the plan, but now the second stage is where you are going to act. Okay, what you will do, that question you have to ask. So having a checklist is not going to bring you anywhere, right? So you have to act, right? So prioritizing things will not take you anywhere. You have to act. So you have the checklist now. As per the checklist, what you will do, what is the next step you're going to do? You have a checklist, but what is the next step you're going to do? How long you will do it, right? Required output at appropriate fidelity, right? So these three questions asked at the stage of acting, right? When you're going to apply that practically. Okay. The third stage, that is evaluation. Did you complete it? If not, why? So most of us, we do not evaluate ourselves. We think that, okay, what we did is right, what we did is correct. But actually remember that there is a stage where you have to evaluate each and every task of your life so that you will know that where you went wrong and why you went wrong and what is the alternative for this. So you should always have an evaluation method in your life tasks as well. Okay. So in evaluation, that is a crucial part where most of all, 90% of people, they fail to evaluate themselves. Okay. So these are the three questions that you have to ask. Did you complete it? If not, why? Second one, what was the output and fidelity appropriate? Third one, what did you learn? So these are the three questions that you can ask at the evaluation stage. The next is, let me just explain you how you can have an easy time boxing setup. This is just one example. So you can apply this to all the aspects of your life. Okay, this is just one example for you. So let's see, easy time boxing setup. So what you do is you have a checklist and you allocate 30 minutes for a particular task. Okay, so that 30 minutes, once you complete the 30 minutes, you have to get a 5 minutes break. And it should be 5 minutes, not more than that, not even 1 minute more than that. So then you repeat the task 30 minutes and again 5 minutes. Again, once again 30 minutes and again another 5 minutes. And then after you complete 4 cycles, right? 4 cycles of 30 minutes, then you can get a 30-minute reward break, which can reboost your mind and which could regain the energy which you have lost by completing these tasks. Right? It can make you feel relaxed. The 30 minutes. So this is how you are going to start up with the time boxing. So as per my belief, I believe that any task, right, can be completed. Most of the tasks in your daily activity can be completed within a time period of 30 minutes. So use this 30 minutes very wisely. You do a task 30 minutes for 30 minutes, then you get a break of 5 minutes, then go to the next task, 30 minutes, then get a 5 minutes break. And that is how you're completing yours. So this is actually framing a 30 minutes time for each task is called as time boxing. Understood? So it's not only fixed as 30 minutes, you can assign it depending on the task. So this is an example where I have shown that 30 minutes is a considerable amount of time where you can complete a particular task. Okay, so let's go to the next. Why is time boxing important? Here comes the crucial question. Why should we learn time boxing? Why should we follow these steps? Let's go to the first one. Experiment and you can learn rapidly. So you can experiment things because you have time, you're saving time. So you can experiment new things and you can learn things rapidly. Next is number 2, you can practice problem solving. If you have sufficient amount of time, right, you will have time to solve that problem. You can practice how to solve a problem by time boxing. Okay. Next is keep the momentum going. So you will continue this regularly. If you make this as a habit, if you build it as a habit, right, you can keep on moving with the same momentum throughout. Boost velocity was milestone, right? So you'll have a boosted velocity. You keep moving with the same momentum and with a good velocity. There won't be any declination in your progress, right? And you will avoid procrastination. Most of the people, you know what, they procrastinate. They give lame excuses. They say that we didn't have time to complete a task. We were busy with this particular task. The reason is people are not busy. People are never going to be busy. It's all about how you prioritize things, right? So always remember, you have to learn. These are the reasons why time boxing has become a very much crucial point at this particular era. Okay, so this is the end of the session, and thank you very much, all of you, for participating in this webinar. And stay tuned and stay connected with us so that you will not missing our future webinars every week. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day.